I just learned what I hope not to be a very expensive lesson. And my glasses, I know they're dumb. They're from the Bills game. I didn't have sunglasses, so I went and bought some. So I know they're dumb. Don't make fun of me. But I just had 2 ovens go up and smoke on me. We were at a barn venue, and I got a phone call that my oven's not working, which sometimes happens. It can get vapor locked. It can, it takes a little bit to get them working, about 10 minutes to get them actually lit. So, but they were having a really hard time with it. So I brought another oven out, plugged it in, and it immediately started smoking. And the guy said the other one was making weird noises and shaking. So I talked to the barn owner, and he went over and looked, and he said they have it plugged into a 220 volt. His 220 volt and his 120 volt are right next to each other, and he has an adapter that splits out into a 3-prong adapter. You can fit the adapter for a 120 into a 220 apparently. It takes a little bit, but you can get it in there. Okay, so this is a 120 volt adapter to a 3-prong. This was plugged into the wrong thing. 50. This is a 125. It was forced into there, which blew my oven. It was supposed to be put into that one. So it was in there, and they plugged both of my ovens into 220 volts, and it blew them up. It didn't like blow up, but it just started smoking. And the other one just was shaking and banging. So I have 2 ovens now that don't work. Unfortunately, the caterer is not mad at me. It wasn't my fault. He was mad at his employee, and I called him and said it wasn't his employee's fault either. The barn owner has offered to cover the cost of replacing the pieces, whatever it's going to be. He says it was his fault. He should have had them labeled. They look exactly the same. To a person who doesn't know what you're talking about, they look exactly the same. So he should have had them labeled, he said, and he'll help me cover the cost of fixing them. But that's a lesson. Figure out what 220 and 120 volts are, and make sure you're not plugging in your ovens into 220, because you'll burn them out. That sucked.